WXNA-LP Nashville.
I made a whole show about psychedelics because, one, I like psychedelics, obviously. If you've never done a psychedelic before, I imagine the idea of hallucinating seems completely insane to you. I understand that. Understand from my perspective, I eat some mushrooms, yeah, I might hallucinate, but I know that I'm hallucinating. I don't think that it's real. I'm not like, oh my God, the walls are bleeding. It's more like, oh my God, the walls are bleeding. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for Nashville StandUp Sit Down, starring Chad Riden as America's favorite comedian of all time.
Ain't each adorable?
Mary J. Berger, the original J. Bird.
Flying with J. Bird. We got the funny. We got the bits. We got the jokes and we don't give a oopsie.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Chad Riden. We've got a fantastic show for you people. I've got several guests. Brad Edwards.
Hi, everybody.
We've got Rob Hotsauce Haynes.
Hot sauce.
Why, hello there. And Alex Poloskey. Hey. All Nashville-based comics.
I didn't know what to say.
No, try again.
You nailed it. Yeah. Go ahead. All right, here's Alex Poloskey.
Hey guys, how about that?
Yeah, you're just killing it, dude.
Can I get another run at that?
Rob. Okay, that was unnecessary. Aside from Rob screaming into a microphone, we have a great show for you people. We got stand-up from these three idiots, plus Shane Mauss, and Mark Anundson, Dave Stone, Kevin Farley, Chris Crofton, Dusty Slay, Laura Peek, Monty Mitchell, Renard Hirsch, and a special something from Mishka Shubaly. If we don't run out of time because we're yapping too much.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah. So
was that Mark Anundson in the opening?
That was Mark. Is the theme song.
Mark Anundson, what a talent!
He's a great man.
Oh, you should have got him instead of all three of us.
He's got a real job, and he's a respectable person in society.
Oh yeah.
I want him to come down here. But we're gonna have to pre-tape something or wait for him to get fired. One of the two.
He's got all those nice polos, so yeah.
He's got it all. He's got everything you could want.
Yep. So
lovely wife, beautiful home.
Well, he's got all the stuff that we've lost and or covered.
Yeah. Well, now I never had a beautiful home, so.
Oh well, I'm sorry.
I'm
man.
one of one
here.
here.
The rest of us live in hovels.
Yeah.
Sorry, Uncle Moneybags.
Well,
Or our cars. And that's fine. That's what you gotta do. You gotta pay your dues, you guys. So what we do with this show is we just play stand-up from local comics, and then whoever's coming into town this week, we try to get people out to these shows, and it's worked by and large. People care now, you guys.
Cool.
It's working like magic. People listen to the Magic Radio Box, and then they're coming to shows, and you should be, because these are really great ones. And
it's a very much live media, the radio. People talk about it like we're on the radio, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. People talk about it like
until
it ain't.
somebody boots us off. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm afraid that I'm going to say the wrong thing. We all got a bunch of rules right before they started.
Yeah, I know.
It's like don't do this, and this, and it's all stuff I do. So I'm just petrified that I'm going to ruin your show, Chad.
Nah, you'll be
I
fine.
love and I appreciate you being on, having me on. I appreciate you being on your show, Chad.
Well, good. Let's play some. I want to play some stand-up from each of you guys, so people know what they're dealing with when we're talking here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna start off with
prove that we're funny.
Yeah, we're gonna
Wake the kids up for this one.
Yeah. We're gonna start off with Mr. Rob Haynes. You guys, this is a little something for the Broken Record show this year, where there was a group of people that came in at 3 a.m. They were really trashed, and one was dressed as like a Captain and Tennille outfit or something like that. And so this is a little bit of Rob's set from that wonderful
Now I'm
night.
still mad about that. 6 months later.
It was a great set. I can't play the whole thing because it doesn't do it justice unless there's video, because this guy was such a goofball. But I will put the video up, I swear to God, sometime this week. But here's a little stand-up from Mr. Rob Haynes.
No. Hipsters have ruined Pabst Blue Ribbon for me. Pabst Blue Ribbon was the beer that won WW1, WW2, and Christ willing, WW3. Like, not for nothing. Back before they started putting, art on the back of the can of Pabst Blue Ribbon, That was like some man. Like you had to go talk to a guy who had a up finger and might have been missing an eye to get it. Like, if you bought 12 Pabst Blue Ribbons, you were also issued a necklace of ears. And the hipsters have ruined it like they've ruined every thing.
Another thing I really hate is random drug testing, because my employer needs to learn random does not mean consecutive. That is not random. That's just you picking me every time. Anyway, they're bringing back the electric chair in Tennessee. How about that? That's not good news. Isn't it weird that Bible Belt states are the ones that are like all for the death penalty? I just think that's really weird because, like, I don't know, I don't think Jesus would like the death penalty that much, you know? Seeing as how, it was used on him. Here's the thing, it's like, okay, Governor Haslam, Billy, you want to fry people that badly? All right, fine, but every time an inmate's killed when you're in office, you have to get a teardrop tattooed under your eye. That's the new rule. If it's that important to you. Being manic depressive really sucks, but only half the time. You guys have been so great. This is an awesome room, isn't it? But it smells like copper in here. Why is that? And it also tastes like ice cream. I don't get it. Will somebody please answer that phone? I'm sorry. Will somebody answer that phone? That's my impression of a stand-up comedian with a brain tumor and he doesn't know it. So I'm in the military, and I usually don't like to tell people that because whenever I do, I always get something like, oh, well, thank you for serving, thank you for protecting us, thank you for defending our freedom. And I hate that because it almost kind of like insults my intelligence. Like, okay, I was a dumb kid when I was 18 and I joined, yeah, but it's like, guys, I know we don't actually do that anymore. You know what I mean? It's almost like when you're at that age when, like, your parents and your friends still think you believe in Santa Claus, but you don't. It's like, guys, come on. I'm 24 years old now. I'm not the same dumb kid. I don't actually still believe in terrorists. All right? And actually, I did some research. Turns out Mommy and Daddy were the terrorists all along.
There it is. You guys want to hear about my idea for a brand new game show? All right. It's called $1,000. And the way it works is you'll win $1,000 of my money if you can walk through an office building while carrying a pizza without anyone saying anything to you. And on the surface, that may sound easy, but there's something in human DNA. See a pizza, say a pizza. You just gotta... I defy you. You tap someone and go, oh, hey, somebody got a pizza? Oh, yeah, you can just bring that pizza right here. Don't really think it, I didn't know. I was just saying if I did. What the? Why do we do that? We can all get our own pizza. It's easily the most delivered food in the world, right? People can't stand it. But it's only pizza, you know? No one's ever like, oh, somebody got pad thai. What do you got over there? Is that Caesar salad? Bring it over here. Bring me the Caesar salad. I'm the one who ordered the Caesar salad. Oh. I have to admit, I do it too. I have to acknowledge a pizza. I like to do it standing right outside of a Papa John's, though. Everybody go, oh, hey, you got a pizza. Oh, you got two pizzas. We're gonna go another pizza. We're gonna go another pizza. Christ.
So my daughter lost her two front teeth. She's a 26-year-old meth head, so maybe not the best story to open up with, guys. Stepdaughter, I don't care about her. It's not my problem. I bought a sleep number bed last week. Haven't slept a wink. I get in it every night, set it to 69, and I just giggle. I giggle. I'm a giggler, guys. That's what I do. Then I get up in the morning and get out of bed, and I'm so mad because I didn't sleep. It's like I lose my Tempur-Pedic every morning. I'm like, I know some of you guys didn't appreciate that joke, but just go home tonight and sleep on it. I promise. I'm certain you'll like it tomorrow, okay? How you doing, America? 25 years in the biz, this is what you get. Going on 27, I'm doing every other year. That's what I'm doing. Some guy this morning told me to carpe diem. Then he had a seizure right in front of me. How rude. How rude. What an ass. Have you guys heard Stephen Hawking's theory on black holes? They're all pink on the inside. I think that's what he said. Who can understand what that guy's talking about, right? It's science, which may or may not even exist. We don't know. It's just a theory. Might not be real. Can I do a math joke? Is it okay? Math joke? All right, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think prime rib should come in 7, 11, and 13-ounce cuts. That's 19. If you really have a hip steak place, do 2. 2 ounce. Yeah, if you're really hip. I thought I was pretty smart. I took a test to be in Mensa, but I failed. So they put me in Womanza. How you doing, America? How you doing? Yeah. How you doing? Welcome. 29 years in the biz. Took me 29 years to write that joke. I think Salisbury steak is a fancy way of saying, hey guys, we don't have enough buns to make hamburgers for everybody. We've got some gravy. Welcome to Shoney's. How you doing, America? Come on in. Sit down. Relax. America's hepatitis right there for you. So does Mumbo come in any other sizes, guys? Because I can't. At my age, I can't do a jumbo. I can't. No way, guys. Look, I can't fit anything else in there. Nothing. So I always eat out. I never eat in. So every 5 days I open my refrigerator, see what's going on, see what went bad. I usually open it up and go, what went bad? Oh, the milk. LOL. Haha. Yeah. And then or open it up and say, oh, what's going on here? Oh, the cheese went bad. Oh no, malo queso. And I'll show you. Today I opened up my refrigerator and all my Mammer Jammers went bad. Every last. Not. Where can you? I just can't. Where you can't. I went out for wings to a fancy place. I'm not going to say the name, but it's known for its wings. I'm not going to say the name. It rhymes with Cooters. I want to say the name. But they brought me my wings. They're falling off the bone and all busted. I called my server over. I said, hey, look, take these broken wings and learn to fry again. Put on a pair of pants. Your attire is very offensive. So, yeah. Oh, I don't have any internet access right now because my computer's broken. Don't buy a Dell. Dell is the absolute worst computer you could buy. My Dell was broken so long, I opened it up to see what was wrong. And there was a farmer in it. There was a 34 years in the biz, guys. That's the kind of writing you'll get. Year 34. That's what happens.
Oh. WXNA-LP Nashville. This is Nashville StandUp Sits Down. I'm Chad Riden. We just listened to... That was just Mark Anundson right there. He is the genius who made us this music we're listening to right now, and most of the music we play as little beds underneath what we're yapping about.
Such a talent.
He did our theme song.
National treasure, Mark Anundson.
Yeah, before Mark... we started off with We started off with Rob Haynes yelling at hipsters about PBR at Broken Record Show. Then we heard Alex Poloskey talking about random drug tests and manic depression and being in the Army. And then Mr. Brad Edwards talking about pizza.
Yep.
And then, of course, Mark Anundson. And now, let's see. So, Alex, you'll be at Zany's tonight at 7:30, right?
That's correct.
As part of Dusty Slay's Grand Old Comedy Show.
Grand Old Comedy Show, yeah.
And then, let's see, Hotsauce, you've got a podcast going on. What's that?
Yeah, it's called Letters from Camp Blood. It started off as me and Josh Lewis wanting to chronicle and doing a podcast about each of the episodes of, or the movies from the Friday the 13th movies. We are actually this very afternoon going to start season 2.
Nice.
Where we're doing like other VHS classic type movies, and yeah, it's been fun.
And that's at what's the website for that?
Oh, it's you can go to iTunes, Stitcher, or campbloodletters.com.
Campbloodletters.com. That sounds delightful. And then Brad Edwards. And Brad, you've got a show, Jokimon Comedy Combattle.
Jokimon Comedy Combattle. It's all the rage.
It's my favorite, I think, of all the shows going on right now.
I think it's my favorite, too.
It's really, really fun.
It is fun.
That's Saturday at 10 p.m. at Third Coast Comedy Club.
That's right.
Explain to the people what this is, the Jokimon Comedy Combattle.
If only I could. It's such a complicated game. Part of the fun is that no one knows what's happening exactly. But basically what it is two people. The contestants this week are Corinne and her boyfriend Jonathan.
Yeah.
And all you know them. And we deal out a deck of cards, and there's comic cards that have comics on them, and there's attack cards that have attacks, and there's defense cards, right? So we'll say round 1 is just comic versus comic, right? Say Chad Riden versus Alex Poloskey. They go up and they do jokes. Alex Poloskey.
You still have never gotten that right.
Alex Poloskey.
Poloskey. Yeah.
I've been saying Pulaski this whole time.
Yeah, and I hate that because Pulaski's the town like where the KKK started.
That's why
I don't want to be. There's no letter A in it.
Well, then you need to change your hair if you don't want to be associated. I don't know if you Trump supporters at home are seeing what I'm seeing. Okay.
We'll post a photo.
It's ingrained now. I'm going to say, I've been calling you Pulaski for 3 years. You never told me I said it wrong.
I was too afraid to correct you.
Oh, buddy. I'm very intimidating. He's a soldier. He served in the military.
Yeah.
He didn't want to tell me I was saying his name. I've said everyone's name wrong. And I host a show where I have to bring people up. And
I see what happens to the people that stand up to you. So.
Oh, well, that's true. I devastate them online. Well, okay. Well, my apologies to Alex Poloskey over there.
Nailed it!
And Rob Hotsauce. Sorry, buddy. I've been doing it wrong. Chad Riden. Anyway, see, this is how easily Jokimon gets off the rails.
Yeah.
So round 1 is just comics doing bits.
For a theme. You pick a theme for the night.
Pick a theme. There's a topic like in the old days, Chad Riden had an Iron comic competition, which is basically Iron Chef, where there's like, here's a subject, you guys riff on it.
Yeah.
So before the show, the comics are told what the topic's going to be. Do you want to know what it is?
Sure.
Anyway,
a little exclusive.
This week, the topic is kids.
Children.
Kids, because it's kind of Christmassy time. I didn't want to do Christmas exactly.
No.
Anyway, so they go up and they do. Oh, it's much more fun than me explaining it. All right?
Well, they go up and they do this thing, and the attack and defense cards make it really fun because.
Right. Well, in the first round, you just do the bits. In the second round, there's attacks.
Yeah.
Right. There's attack card like it'll cut the lights out on you, and there's attack card where it messes with the sound effects. Mark Anundson, who you just heard, is the master of sound,
and he's great at it.
He's fantastic. He'll warp the voices of people.
So people will be talking, and then all of a sudden it sounds like they're a robot.
Right. All of a sudden the volume goes up or down or whatever, depending on what the attack is. People use different cards, right? In round 3, comics do a set. They have attack cards, but there's also a defense card. Like you can use the standing O card, where everyone in the crowd stands up and cheers.
I got that
extra
one.
time. Oh, did you get that one?
Yeah, I got that, and the challenge card was impression.
You know what? Everyone I know who's had that standing ovation card, was like, I know it was a card, but that was like the best feeling of my life to have an entire crowd get on their feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I get that just for my everyday life?
I just throw it down.
Like, overdraft.
Yeah. I could have used it at Zany's last week, but it doesn't apply. Anyway, it's a very fun game. And then when we have one comic, we have a deck full of 7 comics in case someone uses a double team or switcheroo where they change out a comic. So sometimes we'll have an extra comic at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And we take all the cards and just attack them relentlessly.
It's merciless, and it's so
Have you done
funny.
it? Were you the attacked one?
No, you tempted me. You teased me with it, but then I think you let Sean or somebody else do it.
Oh, it's the worst. It's the
really
funnest
wanna
to
do that,
watch.
yeah.
And to me, it's just fun to watch comics trying to do a set they prepared, just get derailed.
Yeah.
And that's the fun of it to me.
And that's the reason I'm doing the Comedy Cataclysm show. It's like I want to mix it up somehow so people aren't just doing the same material they've always done.
Let's
There's
be
something
honest.
different.
It's all been done.
Yeah.
But this is like kind of a fun way to do it. You still get the comedy, you still get the jokes. You get to see at least 7 comics, not including myself and Mark Anundson.
Well, I think you guys should start off the show with you and Mark doing a set. You each do 4 minutes or whatever.
I thought about how to do that. We're tweaking the show as we go, right, guys? Every time we do it, we try to change something to make it.
It's been better every time.
I think so. And a lot of the help's been to Chad Riden. He hooks up the camera to get the. You can see the.
I plug a cord into a thing. And
no, you set up a lot of stuff. There's a GoPro on the table where the cards are being dealt out. There's actual physical cards, right? And they get dealt out on the table, and they're projected on a screen above us. And it's like when you watch those championship poker games, except it's fun.
It is a lot of fun. That's Saturday night, 10 o'clock at Third Coast Comedy Club. All the information for all these shows is at NashvilleStandUp.com. Let's dip back into some more stand-up. This is going to be Shane Mauss right here, WXNA LP Nashville.
See, as explained, psychedelics are a Schedule I drug. That's the worst. Cocaine's a Schedule II drug. Psychedelics are a Schedule I drug. So what that means, 2 stipulations. 1, that means it's highly addictive, which no, psychedelics are not addictive in any way. I eat psychedelics as often as I can, which amounts to about 4 times a year, me being brave enough to be like, take your lessons. That's not what an addiction profile looks like.
I got fat on buffets, buffets. I started eating buffets. And it was because when I grew up, my dad used to take buffets really serious. It was kind of like a like a football game for him, you know. He'd get us, we had a big family, big Irish family, and he'd gather us in the lobby, you know. He'd be like, get in here. Here's how we're working the He's like, I'm not around. This is $39.95. He's like, bread and water. That's a waste of time. I don't want to see anybody eating bread, and water's only be used if you're choking. He'd be like, all this green over here, the beets and the celery and the carrots, that's not why we're here. Let's focus. Sugars, fats, and beef. You want the turkey, you want the ham, you want the roast beef. If you don't get it, you start bawling your eyes out and they'll cover it up for you. Most important thing is desserts. You fill your plate with every single dessert they have. If somebody gives you you say it's for the table. Yeah, at the end of it all, I'm going to fake a heart attack, grab the chef by the throat. You guys fill your pockets with food. Meet me in the lobby. Ready? Food is love. Break.
Nasty. Hey!
LA is, it's a weird place. Everybody's in a bad mood, but they say they're in a good mood. And they say you can't be in a bad mood because it's paradise. And then you say it's not paradise because it's a desert. It's another perfect day. No, it's another desert day. It's another day in the desert where you're drinking fake water, water you stole from somebody else. You're drinking people in Colorado's water and you're living in the desert. And there's no more water in Colorado. Did you know that? No, that's not true. You're negative. You're super negative. Yeah, like there's a drought. Yeah, like if you don't want one, there doesn't have to be. Drought's a state of mind. I got in a yoga pose and I wasn't thirsty anymore. So whatever, Mr. Negative. Did you hear Tom Selleck stole water from a... That's true, did you hear about that? Tom Selleck sent tanker trucks to a fire hydrant and sucked 6 tanker loads out for his avocados. That's true. So, little glimpse of the future. Is that Bill Haslam driving a tanker truck? I like the idea that he drove it, but you know he didn't drive it. But here's the thing, everything's so corrupt that the police saw 6 tankers full of water go to his house, but they were like, we don't have enough evidence to. We've seen 6 tankers over the space of like a year go to, they entered his property, but we don't know, that's all we know. So we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because he looks like a sea captain. In this culture, all you have to do is look like a airline pilot and everybody lets you do whatever you want. I mean, it's true. Oh, come on, you can have some water. And you know all that water, like I love the young people in the audience who are like, who is this person? Did you hear about Dom DeLuise stealing all that water?
This is Matt Pinninger, veteran of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Operation Stand Down Tennessee is Tennessee's VA-approved Veteran Service Center. OSDTN offers veterans assistance with housing, employment, and benefits application. Most of the staff are veterans themselves, understanding the unique issues veterans face. Operation Stand Down also networks with community service providers to make sure veterans have the help they truly need. More information at osdtn.org.
Nashville StandUp Sits Down, WXNA-LP Nashville. This is Chad Riden. I've got Brad Edwards and Rob Hotsauce Haynes, Alex Poloskey with me. We just heard Shane Mauss. He started that off with talking about psychedelic drugs and the fact that they're not addictive. Shane is doing a show. He's doing his A Good Trip with Shane Mauss show. It's all about drugs. It's all about psychedelics, DMT. And he's doing that at Third Coast Comedy Club. When is that? Oh, that's Saturday. Is that Saturday? Saturday at 8 o'clock. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So he's doing the early show Saturday. Jokimon's at 10. Shane Mauss is at 8. It's going to be excellent. I've seen it. It's wonderful. I'll be out of town, but everybody else...
Sounds like a great night of comedy.
Yeah, it's a great night of comedy. If you're looking for a Chad Riden free night of comedy, that's...
No, that's not what I meant.
You should get out there.
I'm just saying if you want.
I've been looking for a reason to eat all these mushrooms and then not hang out with Chad.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I was going to be in town. After Shane, we heard Dave Stone. Dave was talking about the North American Sasquatch. And Dave also doing a show at Third Coast coming up. The end of December, he'll be there December 27th for Spiffy Squirrel Comedy Show. That's going to be amazing. After Dave Stone, we heard Kevin Farley, Chris Farley's brother. You've seen him on Still the King.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin was talking about his family going to the buffet. He will be at Zany's Tuesday. He's in town shooting Still the King, so he's doing a show. Just one show only at Zany's on Tuesday. That'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. After him, we heard Chris Crofton. So Chris used to live here. Now he's in L.A. He was talking about Tom Selleck stealing water for his avocados. Chris, just an amazing talent. He will be back here, too, December 22nd at the East Room doing an evening with Chris Crofton thing. He'll do about an hour of stand-up, and then he'll play some music after that, and he may have some special guests and stuff, too. So that's always fun. It'll be nice to have
he's also a good singer. Have you heard him singing?
He's amazing. Yeah, the alcohol stunt band.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. I've enjoyed it. So I'm excited to see him come back.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I had to do, you guys. We can go back to sleep.
Actually, I think we need to address the elephant in the room, and that's
I was thinking about
Dave.
It's
Dave
what?
brought up
Mm-hmm.
Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah, you want to talk about
for
Sasquatch?
or again?
Like the idea of it?
Yeah.
I'm for it.
I think he's real, and I support his existence. Yeah, I'll say it.
It was a hard time in my life. When I was a little boy, I had all those...
Tell me your Sasquatch-related
it's more like
troubled past.
It's more like sad Squatch, guys.
Did like a Sasquatch fire your dad and send him to a shanty town?
I used to love...
Show me on the doll. Where did Sasquatch?
It was here on the feet. I was really into cryptozoology. I still am, but when I was a kid, I was like...
So am I.
There's a Loch Ness Monster. There is one. There's Bigfoot. I believed it. And then you get to a certain age and you're like, man, as much as I want this to be true, it just simply isn't. And I'm not commenting on religion or anything. I'm talking about just cryptozoology. Jersey Devil was the first to go. Jersey Devil's like the tooth fairy of it. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that.
And then you're like, no Jersey Devil, that's ridiculous. Then you're like, there's no Loch Ness Monster, but I think I hung on to the Yeti and the Bigfoot for like 4 years longer
than you should have.
Yeah.
I want them all to be real. I don't know if you guys have heard Dave Stone's podcast, The Boogeyman.
I've heard about it, and I've heard
Kyle
good things.
Kinane. It's really great, and they talk about conspiracy theory, Bigfoot a lot, more than anything else, honestly. Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. I don't know. I think it's entertaining. I want, like, just like the X-Files, I want to believe. I really want...
I do. I wish I could flip a switch and believe.
I want a UFO to just come and take me away. I want George Clinton's mothership to come.
Oh, I believe in... I believe in aliens still.
Yeah.
I don't...
Just the statistics of all the
There
crap
must
out
be aliens. I don't know if I believe that there are any close enough to us in this timeline to interact with us, or if they would want to, or what that would be like. But there has to be other life in the universe.
I would hope so.
If I'm guessing, what do I know?
I actually, my sojourn with Bigfoot was not unlike yours, Brad, in that, like, for years I was really into cryptozoology and, like, ufology and paranormal and that type of stuff. And especially with, like, the monster stuff, it stops holding water real quick.
Yeah.
So you stop believing in it, and I've actually just had my faith renewed just, like, this last month.
Yeah.
Because on the day after the election.
You believe anything's possible now.
Sort of. Anything can be done.
Anything terrible.
No, I was wandering around the entire day, like many of us were, just kind of in a funk, not really sure what to believe and what's real anymore, and just very depressed. And what pulled me out of it was 2 or 3 days later, I was on the internet, and I got an ad in my Facebook feed for this baseball cap that just had a picture of Sasquatch on it that said, "Keep trucking" at the bottom. And it made me the happiest I'd been in decades.
That'll
made you a
snap you
believer
out of it.
again.
And then I was like, all of a sudden, this thing that no one's sure if it exists made me so happy and wonderful and alive. Like, this has to be what Christians feel like.
I hope so.
Here's my thing with it. Like, I've spent a lot of time in, like, in a woods or in a forest.
Sure.
You know, and like I've
I
never
can tell.
even even seen a wolf. So like,
You say wolf like I say wolf. I went to speech therapy when I was a kid. It's a wolf. Go ahead.
It's a wolf.
Did you see a werewolf?
Wear it? No. No, but
Sorry,
like,
go ahead.
so that's why I think it could be totally believable to me that Bigfoot is there and he's
Sure.
just that elusive. Also,
he's sneaky. He's a sneaky foot.
I think it's worth bringing up if he does in fact exist or they exist. If it's more than one, plural, is it big feet?
Yeah.
Or is it Bigfoots?
That's yeah.
Well, we'll have to ask them whenever we capture them and
That's true,
make them
yeah.
talk.
Now, a Bigfoot and a Sasquatch are technically the same thing, right?
And there's also skunk ape.
So.
There's skunk ape and there's yeti. I mean, are these all subspecies?
Yeah, I imagine it's like the difference between a Cocker Spaniel and a Chihuahua.
Well, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. I mean, it's like
This,
you know.
this is starting to sound vaguely racist against different types of Sasquatch.
Okay, my where the problem really with Bigfoot falls off is like people have not found one, and maybe
Yeah.
they are elusive, but we've also not found a dead one.
You want to know what I think the silver lining is?
What's that?
With science, I think we can make a Bigfoot.
Oh,
I mean, we're not
that'll be
that
fun.
far
That'd be
from
nice.
making all the things that we wish were real.
You
Like, they
get me a
won't be
sample of
natural.
Andre the Giant's DNA and a
Oh.
moose in like 48 hours. We'll
You're
do
gonna
it.
save me a pure cut of that. I want to clone what, like Django Fett. I want to have just a perfect one
Army of Bigfoot.
one clone. Well, you can have an army of them, but I want one pure one to raise from a child.
Oh, good.
Oh God, teach. Oh boy.
Well, hopefully science will lead us there under dictator Trump, you guys. Let's listen to more stand-up. Here's Dusty Slay, WXNA LP Nashville.
I was thinking about goldfish the other day, because I've done some drugs. And I was thinking how goldfish, they have to live in these really small aquariums. And I thought it must get so boring for them having to see the same things all the time. Then I realized that goldfish have the memory span of like 3 seconds. So I thought, this could be the most exciting life ever. Huh? You swim over here and you're like, what? I got a treasure chest in here? And you swim over here and you're like, oh man, and a scuba diver in here? And you swim back over here and you're like, what? I got a treasure chest in here? Wouldn't even need to move around that much. You're just like, oh man, I got a scuba diver in here? What? I got a scuba diver in here? That's the same joke, really. I kind of wish that I had that kind of memory, you know? Not because I have a small apartment, but because I make a lot of bad decisions. I'd like to forget about it, you know? I get that memory sometimes late at night in a bar, you know? I get my bar tab, and I'm like, what? I don't remember all these shots. Wish I had a credit card. I was reading about clownfish, and I read that if 2 male clownfish are in an aquarium for too long together, that the larger of the two will change into a female so they can procreate. And I thought, man, if that were true for humans, prison would be awesome. Especially for a guy my size, you know what I mean? I'd be like, no, I'm going back. I'll be back here. Of course, we know that's not how prison works. Prison is the smaller of the two that changes into a female. And not for procreation, for recreation. Recreation, you know what I mean? There's also a fish called a sargasm fish, which I thought was funny because it sounds a lot like sarcasm and orgasm, like a sarcastic orgasm, which I think would sound a lot like this. Oh yeah. Keep doing it like that. No one's ever done that move before. Somebody's getting breakfast.
I was driving down Gallatin Pike recently, and I saw a sign for a business that was called Creative Motors, and I think that's a really silly name for that type of business. Like if I ever went there, I would just be like, You can just do mine like normal. Just give me the rate. Nothing too wacky for me, please. I feel like there are a lot of arenas in which you can express your creativity, but maybe just auto repair and maintenance isn't one of them. Like, seems like a pretty tried and true method for getting a car to go. I imagine the guy that works there just like in a white button-down shirt, just really sweaty and chain smoking and rubbing his temples, just being like, "It's never truly finished. It is not finished." Like, dude, you've had my car for 7 months. The seats are on the outside. There are 2 naked guys with their faces painted living inside of it. You need to just throw in the towel.
Woke up this morning, decided I needed a personal mantra. And I realized I don't know what mantra means. Have a banana. I had to go to a funeral last week, guys. Looking forward to it. Well, you know what they say, you can't spell funeral without fun, right? It wasn't fun. There was lots of crying, snot and slobber, beating the floor. Why? Then my daughter said, "Daddy, get a hold of yourself. It's just a fish." My little boy, he celebrated his 9th birthday recently. It was kind of tough for me because I had to set him down. I was like, "Dude, the economy's bad. Times are tough. I'm gonna have to let you go." Wasn't easy. It's between you and the dog. The dog eats less. You don't wear any clothes. I'm just kidding, I love my little boy. I was watching the Discovery Channel. They had this thing on poisonous spiders. Kind of freaked me out. Got up to go to work the next morning. Got thinking about them spiders, putting on my shoes. It's like, oh. Hey kids, come here and try on Daddy's shoe. You know, it's any kind of burning, tingling sensation.
Glad to be back down here. Glad to see y'all all made it out here safely. Because I almost didn't. Mess around, y'all. Mess around. Rolled down here to the show with my friend with the raggedy car. And y'all know everybody got that one friend with the raggedy car. And if you don't know who it is, it's you. My friend got one of those kind of cars, and like once he hit the brakes, it feel like his car about to shake to pieces. Anybody been in a car like that?
That's his special skill.
I'll be sitting there reading the map. He getting off on the interstate ramp. I'm like, yeah, the map said we need to make a right to him this week. And man, what's wrong with this car, man? I look up, I'm in the back seat. I'm like, hey, man, what? Like, crazy mess around with these crazy relatives, man. I ain't kicking with my uncles. Got an uncle who like to mix his own alcoholic drinks with anything. Every time I come up in the house, he got a drink waiting on me. As soon as I walk up in the house, nephew, come get you some of this gin and prune juice. I'm like, what? Are you trying to move my bowels? What you drinking that? He's like, oh, you done got out there to LA, you done got sedated. Look here, I stayed up all last night mixing up this Grey Goose and this Gatorade, okay? Now get you some of this Grey Goose-erade. Keep you hydrated while you're drunk. That's what you need, sucker. Like, I ain't drinking that. He like, look here. All I'm saying is, you gonna be mad at yourself if you miss out on this Hennessy and Yoo-Hoo. Go on ahead. Go on ahead. Some of this Hannah-Hoo. Need something to coat your stomach anyway. That's why education is so important, y'all. We got to be able to. We got any teachers in the house tonight? Any teachers? Y'all give it up for the teachers, y'all. Because that's not an easy job. It's not. Work with these kids every day. Because I know. Because I used to work as a substitute teacher. It was cool every once in a while working in the school, you know, because you get to do stuff you ain't done in a while, you know. You get to go out there and eat in the cafeteria, check out the books from the library. Only thing I ain't like doing in school was taking school pictures. I used to take bad school pictures. Anybody here ever took a bad picture, bad license photo or something? Y'all know how it is. Y'all know, I figured out, I was watching the kids take their pictures, and I realized why the pictures come out bad, you know. It's not the kids' fault. It's not our fault. It's not that we're not photogenical people. You know what I'm saying? That's a word, y'all. That's a word. Y'all write that down. Y'all know what it is. It's a photographer's fault. Because you know, when you come in there to take your picture, you already got your pose. You come in there like this. Bam. Snap that, Mr. Picture Man. Then he started adding into the picture. Okay, sir, we're going to need you to sit back. Okay. Stick your chest out. Tilt your head to the right. Why don't you put your hand across your stomach? By the time he snapped the picture, you look like you in a straitjacket. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. I'm feeling a little crazy off in here right now. Let me get that package F if you could, player. That's y'all remember the package F? That's one photo. 4x3. That's what church folks at. Church folks make some noise real quick for me. Church folks. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all pack this place out too. Church folks, I love y'all. I don't know if y'all know that. A lot of church folks answer the phone a lot differently than regular people. I mean, one time I was trying to book this show, and I would call this dude's house. Every time I would call, his wife would pick up the phone. Throw me all the way off. I call her. She'd be like, ring, ring. She'd be like, praise the Lord. I'd be on the line like, Jesus wept. I just hung up the phone. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I'm looking for hello. You know what I'm saying? Like, she got me up here reciting Bible verses on the phone. Great. Or you ever been praying with somebody? Anybody ever been praying with somebody and had the prayer turn violent? Have ever had this happen? Yeah, few people know what I'm talking about it here. I sense it right around this here area. Right around that there area. Cause like, it would start off like a regular prayer first, you know. He'd come out, he'd be like, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for allowing us to come here and worship with you, Lord. We ask that you keep the evil one away from us. Devil, we bind you. We put our foot on your neck. We stab you with the shank of righteousness. We pop you with the Tech 9 of the Spirit. We spray you with the AK of forgiveness. I'm like, what Bible you read from?
Support for WXNA is provided by the East Nashvilleian, a bi-monthly magazine covering the music, art, culture, and personalities that make Nashville eccentric. Copies are available at over 100 Nashville area businesses, including the Family Wash, Garage Coffee, and Marathon Village. The East Nashvilleian, where eccentric is a state of mind. More at theeastnashvilleian.com. I didn't mean to sound exhausted. That was entirely. I'm sorry, East Nashville. They've been really good to us. They've given the Nashville comedy scene a lot of press, and
I love East
very kind.
Nashville.
So why must you scorn them?
I should not. I should not even be commenting on
Is
it.
something
They've asked me
wrong?
not to.
Are you upset?
No, I just I finished my coffee and I think I just got hit. People usually say that my energy falls apart the last 5 or 10 minutes of the show, and I'm trying to avoid that, but I just yawned right on the air. So
Well,
what do you do?
We're boring.
You are not. Let's go over what we just heard. We started off with Dusty Slay.
Fantastic. Dusty
will be at Zany's tonight for his Grand Ole Comedy Show, and also then after him we heard Laura Peak. Talking about Creative Motors. She will also be there tonight.
As will I.
And also Alex Poloskey.
If I may jump in, Laura Peak is going to be on Jokimon this
Saturday night at 10 at Third Coast Comedy Club as well. And then after Laura, we heard Monty Mitchell talking about a mantra and funeral and a birthday and spiders and his shoes and his kids. Monty's hilarious. Monty also at Zany's tonight. After him, we heard Renard Hirsch. Nashville treasure, Renard Hirsch. Talking about Hennessy and Yoo-Hoo and all that stuff. Renard also doing Zanies tonight, 7:30. All the shows around town are listed up at NashvilleStandUp.com, you guys. So check it out.
Oh, hey, I've got a bag of nuts for you.
Oh, good. Thank you, Brett.
I just keep forgetting.
I have. If you guys are keeping track at home, I currently have 4 squirrels in my house.
Right.
They're flying squirrels, and if you have leftover holiday nuts that you don't want, if you have acorns in your yard, I will take your nuts, you guys.
I got them special for the squirrels. I worry about acorns.
Very considerate.
Because I've heard, I knew this lady who had a pig, and of course
The story gets stranger and stranger. I've got a bag of nuts. I know a broad that used to have a pig.
They had a shout out for, hey, if you got mixed nuts, bring some nuts. I happened to be at the store on my way over here. They had the big barrel of nuts. I was like, I'll get a scoop of nuts
very cool.
with the shell still on, because that's more cute. But I knew this lady who had a pig, and her pig ate acorns, and then one day it just died, and the vet was like, oh, there's this time of year when the acorns germinate or something happens, they change, and you can't eat them. And I guess I would hope a squirrel would know when it's safe and not safe to eat it. I just worry about picking up acorns.
So squirrel does not have access to WebMD like the rest of us.
No. Well, the pig's smarter than a squirrel, and they have certainly better smell.
Well, they will sniff it out. If it's something that they're not supposed to be eaten, they will know that they're not supposed to be eating it, and
I just got you a mix walnuts, Brazil nuts, guys, hazelnuts.
Oh, Brazil nuts are their
almonds,
favorite.
pecans,
all in one bag, like.
They're in the big scoop when you go in the store, and there's a big a big container.
Sounds like you belong in that bag.
Hey, I'm a nut. Listen, at least I know how to pronounce wolf. I can't pronounce your name, but I can pronounce wolf.
I'd like to thank everybody for letting me get this far in life.
You know, the thing is we're friends. It's embarrassing that I've been saying your name wrong this long.
I just, you know what, I always meant to bring that up, but then I was like, no, that'll be dicky, and so I waited till we were on radio.
There is a crucial point when you should have mentioned it.
What would it have killed you to spend the $62 to have it changed legally? If you're really friends.
When I was in college, I met this dude, and he was a good friend, and I introduced myself as Chad Riden, and he introduced himself to me as Ron, and I don't know, like a week later, he just started randomly calling me Chris for some reason, and I just let it go, because it cracked me up every single time, and so we got like 3 or 4 weeks into the semester, and we were in the dorm room, we're in the lobby or whatever playing cards, and he said something to me, he's like, Chris, you ready to go? And I was like, oh yeah, sure. And so he was like, Chris, what are you talking? And he just could not believe that I let him do that for weeks. But I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was great.
I remember this was in high school, and we started school year, and I was in my history class, and I was kidding around with my friends, and we were Spinal Tap. Everything was Spinal Tap test. So we're like, oh look, so we're talking like that, right? And the teacher thought I was British. Because I was like, hello, what are you doing? And I didn't even do a good job at it. And she said something to one of my friends, like, is he British? And my friend was like, yes, he is. Yeah. So it went on for a week, which was funny, but then I was like, okay, I'm getting sick of this. Then she gives me we took our first quiz or something, and I failed it. And she brings me up, and she's like, okay, listen, you didn't do very good on this, but I understand this is a different country. You probably don't know all this stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and pass you. And I was like, oh, we're spot on, And I was like, so for like half a year, I came back from Christmas break and I had lost the accent, but like for half a year I just did it just to try and pass the class.
What I love about this story is she pulls your friend aside. She's like, is he British? Like, as if she was asking, does he have all of the chromosomes he needs?
Yeah, she was not exactly there. She was, I can't say the words.
Well, she sounds like a delightful lady, Brad.
She was. She didn't like the fact that she got mad when it kind of came to light that I'd been pretending to be.
Bully for you for being able to keep it up that long, because I would have slid into pirate the third day.
It gets so old. It wasn't funny at all for like weeks and weeks and weeks.
You guys, let's play a jam from Mishka Shubaly, who will be doing Comedy Cataclysm the 17th of this month. He's a musician. He's famous for, well, he's famous, but he's one of Doug Stanhope's favorite musicians, and so he's going to come and do, anyway, let's listen to one of his songs.
Do anything.
was Mishka Shubaly. He will be at Third Coast Comedy Club with Comedy Cataclysm on December 17th. Support for WXNA is provided by A Very Omnichord Christmas by Zeke and Ross featuring Dennis McClark. A Very Omnichord Christmas is a compilation of Christmas songs ranging from traditional carols to modern-day standards, all played on a Suzuki Omnichord. Available December 24th on Spotify and iTunes. More information at averyomnichordchristmas.com. Well, we did it, guys.
Oh, boy.
Thank
you, Chad, for having us.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Now, Brad, you've got an album out.
I got, it's Brad Edwards, How's the Comedy Going? You can get that on iTunes and Spotify and all the stuff. Just look up Brad Edwards, How's the Comedy Going?
It's a fantastic album.
Thank you.
Live at the East Room.
Yeah.
Alex, you're at Zany's tonight, 7:30. Oh, and Brad also, Jokimon is at 10 o'clock Saturday at Third Coast Comedy Club.
And if anyone's interested in becoming a comic, they can come down to the East Room on Tuesday nights, where I host the Ultimate Comedy Open Mic Night with me and Sean Parrott, Gary Fletcher, the Grey Grays. It is a fantastic show and a nice way to find out how to be a stand-up comic.
Or fail. Alex Poloskey, you'll be at Zany's tonight, 7:30.
That's right. Yeah, I'll be there at 7:30 with Laura Peak, Monty Mitchell, Renard Hirsch, Dusty Slay, a bunch of people. They're all really, really great.
Rob, you'll be you're on the internet.
I'll be at home. Now, you can check it out on me and Josh Lewis's podcast about horror movies at campbloodletters.com.
Where are you going to be, Chad?
NashvilleStandUp.com is where you can find all the crap. Thanks for listening, everybody. High in the Mid-70s is next, and it's amazing.